Hello guys, I hope you are all doing well. In this video, we are going to talk about the most important function in C programming language, that is the main function. So let's begin. The execution of our program starts from the main function. For example, here if I write int main and then whatever I write here, let's say printf hello and then let's say return 0. Okay, so the execution of our program start from the main function. After that we can call the built-in functions like printf, or we can make our own programs which we had made in the previous videos. Okay, since main is also a function, there are basically three questions that anyone can ask. The first question is that who is calling our main function, then where is this return value is going. Okay, and the third question is that where is the prototype of our main function, right? Because every function needs to have some prototype, so this function must also have some prototype. So where is the prototype of our main function? So now let's answer the questions one by one. Who calls our main function? And the simple answer could this be the operating system, right? So operating system creates a process for our program, let's say process, and in this process there would be some function that will be calling our main function. Okay, there would be some function that will be calling our main function. So basically we can say that our operating system is calling our main function. Okay, or in depth if you want to say that even there will be some process which will be generated by our operating system, and inside this process there will be many different functions. Okay, and one such function will call the main function, and this functions and the name of the process or which process is calling is dependent on the operating system. In Linux some other process may be calling the our main function, and in Windows maybe some other process will calling our main function. So basically our operating system calls our main function. Okay, now where is this return value is going? Okay, so basically whoever is calling our function, to that the value will be returned. Okay, whoever is calling our function. So in general we can say that our returning value is going to be returned to the operating system. Okay, this part as a programmer we generally don't care about who is calling our main function and where is this value is going, but we should know a general idea that actually who is calling our main function. Okay, so we can say that operating system is our calling our main function, or we can say there is some process which is started by the operating system is calling our main function, right? And now what is the prototype of our main function? In C there are no prototype for the main function. Okay, again in C programming there is no prototype for a main function. This function don't have any prototype. Okay, no prototype. Instead of prototype, our C standard only allows two ways for writing the main function. Let's go through it. The first way is that we have to do return type as integer, then main, and inside we will write void. Okay, it means that no arguments will be given to our main function and our body. Okay, whatever we want to write. Okay, and the second method is that int return type is integer, then main, then there will be two arguments. One will be integer, and since it is the definition we can write any name, but we with main function we generally write argc, and then char asterisk argv square bracket. This is the array of pointers to string. Okay, so we will be talking a lot about this in the section of arrays and the pointer, right? So these two method was given by the standard C. Okay, standard C states that we should use either this or this method when implementing or defining our main function, but various other compilers also allow some other methods. For example, sometimes you will see that this will also be okay. Okay, in some compiler this will be allowed, right? And also in some compiler this will also be okay, right? This will also be okay. So this was according to the standard C, but different compilers may allow the different methods also. Okay, Now the main question here is that what is ARGC and what is asterisk of ARGV here. Now let's say I want to send some values to our main function. To achieve this, we use here these two parameters. Any name could be given, but we must define here integer and character, right, according to the standard C. Now let's say there is our program which writes something printf hello, right, and then I am returning, let's say, 0, right. Now when this program is made, we generally use the command line tools or GUI tools. Okay, when you want to send the values to our main function, we generally prefer the command line method. So first of all, what we have to do, make this program, let's say the name of this file is test.c. Okay, now the command for making it executable, if you are using the GCC compiler, will be gcc-o. Then what name do you want to give to the executable? Let's say ex. Okay, and then what is the name of our file? It will be test.c. Okay, now what will happen? An executable file with the name ex will be created. Now if I want to run this program, I will simply write here ex dot slash, okay, dot slash ex, right, and then after running this command, our output will be hello. Okay, so we can say that for now that this will be the command to run this program. Okay, now if I want to send some values, so I will write here dot slash ex. Then let's say I want to send the name. Okay, then I write here Vicky. Okay, and I write here Nikki. Right, now this line will send these two arguments to our main function. Okay, first of all, RGC will see, or RGC will hold how many arguments are sent to our main function. Okay, so if we see here, this is our first argument and this is our second argument. Okay, first and second, but in actually the file name is also sent with the arguments. Okay, so basically what will happen, this will be our first argument, the name of our file, then this will be second and this will be third. Okay, so if I write here printf of %d and then argc, then it will give me output as 3 right now. Okay, after executing this line, it will give me output as hello and then 3. Okay, hello 3. Okay, now I have sent Vicky and Nikki also. So how will I print it? For printing purpose, we will use this parameter here. For example, let's say I want to print our first argument, which was the ex. Okay, dot slash ex. Then I can write printf %s for string, then argv, name of this, and then 0. Okay, now again if I run this program, then it will give me hello, then this part will give me 3, and then this part will print us the dot slash ex. Okay, or let's say I want to print every argument, then I can write here printf %s and here argv1. Okay, and also printf %s argv2, right, and in last I will return 0. Okay, so if this is our program and if I run this command .ex and give the parameters as Vicky and Nikki, then in the output it will give me, first of all it will print hello, then it will print hello. Okay, then let's say there is a slash n also for the new line, then it will print argc. So how many arguments are there? 1, 2, 3, so it will print 3. So now it will print 3. Okay, then here also let's say there is slash n and slash n. Okay, for new line, then rgv 0. Okay, so this will be 0, this will be for 1, and this will be for 2. Okay, then I have right here argv 0, so it will print me here dot /ex, the name of our file, right? Then argv1 will give me Wiki, so it will print as Wiki, and then argv2 will give me Nikki, so Nikki. Okay, this will be small here. Okay, so here I am able to send arguments to our main function. Okay, and this parameter argv is telling us what are the arguments sent, and argc is telling me what is the number of the arguments sent. Okay, at least one argument is always sent here. Okay, which is the name of our file. Now one can ask me why we even require to send values to our main function. Let me give you an example of the Linux operating system in which we generally perform operation using the commands. One such command is cp, which is used to copy the file to another location. Okay, copy the file or a folder or a directory, we can say, to another location. Let's say there is a file that is f1 and I want to send this to /desktop. Okay, and in Linux every command is itself a program. Okay, or we can say every command is itself a program executable. Okay, this is program executable. Just like here, this was our program executable. We were executing the program using this. Here our command cp is able to execute our program. Okay, in Linux every command is itself a program. Okay, so this is our executable, just like this here. Then this is our first argument, or we can say second argument, and this is our last argument. So wherever is the main function of this program, let's say there was some main function of this program, it will take two inputs, first the file name or directory name, then where we want to copy the file. Okay, then it will perform its own operation. So we can see here that sending values to the main function is crucial in many programs, and when you are making some large programs or the software, then this will be required also. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you like the video. If you have any doubt, please comment it down. Thanks for watching, and I have to see you in the next video.